before I came into recovery, I would never have talked to you about a higher power. I didn't have any idea what that was. I didn't have a problem with God. I wouldn't have said I was religious. But I did lots of Sunday school. I had lots of Bibles. I had quite a spiritual experience as a small girl once in my garden. And I was at Sunday school, and there was a reading, a story about asking God to come into your heart. And I must have been, I don't know, 6 or something. And I remember standing under a tree and saying, please God, please, will you come into my heart? And I had that, you know, that feeling you get when you listen to an amazing piece of music and that kind of tingling. Yeah. I had this kind of body sensation and felt different. And at the time I didn't really understand it, but as I've reflected, I thought that was my first spiritual experience. So I was too pissed and too mad and too out there trying to grab a pound note or whatever to ever follow a spiritual path. Getting sober, forcing me to slow down, forcing me to have a look at that relationship, because that's what they teach you in AA. It is a spiritual program. You don't get that spiritual stuff, it's likely you'll get pissed. I've had to do it. So it's not been hard for me to use the word God. I'm quite choosy about who I say God to.
I think yoga offers a sobriety of mind and spirit that is really beyond satisfying, beyond my own expectations. And if I'm relying on a crutch like alcohol or drugs to give me some altered state of consciousness, at this point for me, it's not even interesting. It doesn't hold the appeal or the allure that it used to, because I'm so clear on where that takes me personally.
I think that I would not be the person that I am today if I hadn't had to come to terms with the fact that I was a drug addict and an alcoholic. And I didn't understand it when people said they were really grateful that they were alcoholics or drug addicts, but I am totally grateful, because I have had to reevaluate who I am and my life and how I am in the world.
A drunken mind is in delirium. It's delirious. But a sober mind is in expansion, is in, in terms of the practice, what you get from a really wonderful practice is a feeling of wholeness and a feeling of extraordinary self-possession, and that the energy in you is even and full, transparent, porous, light, bright.
When people ask me, is yoga going to help? They're asking me from a position of pain. They're asking me from a position of having gone through some terrible, devastating, life-wrecking experience, and they're in recovery, and it's not too comfortable. And my answer is yes, yoga can help. Of course it can help. It helps in conjunction with the 12-step program, and the chances are that you can be successful with this and put your life back together, and also come away with a tool which is going to help you develop yourself further. It's beyond recovery in the sense that, yes, one wants to stop, yes, one wants to recover, right? But also one wants to go further into all those things that yoga can offer you. Basically, tremendous physical health. It can give you emotional stability, and a tool that, if you're interested in that sort of thing, you can explore your spiritual life, explore your relationship to your spiritual identity in a way that has been proven over centuries to be safe and okay.